Jamie as a, I don't think she's even 2 years old there. Margie must be five or no, she's probably 6. Look at the strength on that kid. Balancing Margie in one hand, Jamie on his shoulders, and watch this. He picks up Tommy, but he was a little afraid. And there's Sherry Lynn. Grampy Frank's got Sherry Lynn there for a second. Yeah, maybe I think there's room to put another reel on here. I think I'm going to put another reel on and tape it. Almost to the end of this reel. Michael and Sherry Lynn, Jimmy. Nice scene. Good boy, Tommy, this little kitty cat. Hi, Caryn. Caryn the cat. Margie wanted to do that so badly. She was too heavy. And Elliot Kerzner from Waterbury Days. A friend of mine that I graduated from high school with. We were bar mitzvah buchers together. I think he's 5 days younger than I am. September 10th is his birthday, with his wife Sandy Kovner. Here was the sunrise or sunset. Sunrise in White Plains. It's the end of this tape. And there's Jimmy again with Sherry Lynn doing a little scene, throwing her in the pool. This must have been a fall time frame. It's almost over. That's it. Okay, here we are. We're moving to France. I guess we have already gone through the German customs incident where we had a $200 fine. You remember that, Adrie? When we went across the border in Strasbourg, or I guess before we went into Strasbourg, on the German side we had to give them the exit papers, and on the French side we had to get them stamped, and Germans didn't want to stamp it because we had forgotten to get a signature or something in Stuttgart. So they wanted $200 marks, and you told the kids to start crying and making a big incident, and it worked. Very clever of you. We're having lunch in Lunéville, France. Caryn is jumping around. This is our first day as resident. No, we are in Fountainbleu. We made this trip with Ian and Rosemary Johnson Ferguson and their boys, our upstairs neighbors who came from the United Kingdom, whose grandmother's house was bigger than the White House in Washington, D.C. Remember that postcard? Maybe you can tell that story to Nikki as I'm narrating this. There's a bunch of swans there. This was a very beautiful castle, Nicole. Tommy can tell you all about it too. Let me make sure the camera is recording here. I think it is. I'm not sure the focus is as sharp as it should be, but seems to be working okay. Kids are having a great time. I'm not putting this on the TV set because I can't get everything coordinated at one time with the TV camera on 220 volt transformer, etc., etc. I've got all kinds of wires hooked up here to make this transition. Beautiful Fountainbleu Palace. Louis XIV's, one of his masterpieces, this and Versailles. There's the two Tommy and, what was his name, Neil Johnson Ferguson? That was the younger one. That was one Tommy's age and one Michael's age. The older one went off to boarding school our second year in en Rue de Berry. 35 Rue de Berry, now known as, so there's Ian with Adrie. They were on the 3rd floor, and I think we were on the 2nd floor. Was the arrangement. We both had 3-bedroom, 2-baths apartment for about 5,500 francs a month. About $1,000, $1,200 a month at the time. I remember thinking how expensive that was. It was like a $40 a day hotel room, 7 days a week. 52 weeks a year for 2 straight years, and then we got a more expensive house, and prices have escalated ever since then, so I don't really think about these assignments anymore. There's the statue of Diana the Huntress at Fountainbleu. And there's Margie climbing a playground somewhere. Oh, this might have been the American School Picnic. This looks like ASP. American School in Paris. Margie's on the monkey bars there, looking like a little monkey. Hey, little rabbit girl, Frau Hase. Michael's playing soccer. He had so much natural ability as a kid. Great eye-hand coordination, a lot of energy. Look at that block, that body block on the ball. It takes a lot of punishment, just keeps going. His fashion designer jeans on there. Go get it, Michael. Then he got tired out. Here's Tommy with a little buddy of his. Kids running around at ASP. There's Margie. Adrie with whom? Caryn, and maybe that's one of the Karp kids. There's Barry Karp. Is that Charlotte? No, not Charlotte. What was her name? Can't remember Karp's name. Michael's going to it. He's a hell of a soccer player. Could have been great if he wanted. And the German Papa band, of all things, at the ASP picnic. This was our first picnic. I think it was even or about the time school started. Barry Karp was my boss at the time. He had a mustache. Looks like he's gained a lot of weight since those movies too. Tommy, go get him, Tommy boy. Run, 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 run. Caryn Sue with her number 10 jersey on. Here's the front of the ASP, the brickwork. Ruelle de Maison, Malmaison. Malmaison was the had been a hospital, and Josephine, Napoleon's mistress, later to become his wife, moved in there. Jardin d'acclimatation. Say that fast, Nikki. Jardin means garden. D'acclimatation means to become acclimated. Look at the bears begging for food and bread and nuts. People throwing them things. They love marshmallows too. And we found out that alligators love marshmallows. If we ever take you back down to Florida and we go to the Everglades, we can throw marshmallows to the alligators. I'm going to put this on hold for a minute because we may be running out of film. Where are we? Running around in the zoo, the Paris Zoo. We got bears and baboons. Now there's an interesting sight. See, if you don't wipe your tush good, Nikki, that's what happens. No, that's not true. Actually, those are red tush baboons, red bottom baboons. That's their style. This was a French plane in the zoo, as I recall. One of their bomber escort planes, carriers. Big wings on those things. Camels. Let's have a camel ride. We took camel rides that day in the zoo. In fact, is that me going? Margie jumping on the water jump or waterbed kind of thing. Look at Caryn go down. She was having a ball. Tommy. Kids having terrific times. We did have a good time in Paris. We found lots of stuff to have fun with. Adrie, Margie, Caryn. Look at Margie girl. Come on, Margie, get up. Come on, Caryn, get up. Get up and jump. Boom, ba-doom. Honfleur. One of our first trips to this was probably our first trip to Normandy, to the English Channel.